Hello everyone, there's something I forgot to mention in my last video, and that is I'm back home. If you didn't know, I was on tour for like 6 months and I'm finally home. If you've been watching videos on this channel thinking, oh man, he's just at home shooting videos with the guys on the couch, you'd be wrong. I was like an AI friend the whole time. I didn't even exist. I wasn't even here, but I'm actually home. And so I want to give a big thank you to everyone that bought a ticket and came to see me on tour. It was an amazing experience. 63 cities, 69 shows. Yep, I did pretty much all of America, Europe, the UK. Every single show was unique and interesting in its own way. And I had a great time. So thank you again for buying a ticket. If you missed the show, don't worry. I'm working on a comedy special right now. I'm going to put that out on this channel. So you'll hear about that pretty soon. And also, if you missed out on some of the tour merch, I brought some home. I had some leftovers, and we're doing reprints if they didn't have your size when I was on tour. So you can get that now at millerfpo.store. We also created a new piece based on the tour theme, so you can buy that now. All of it is limited run. I'm not being hyperbolic. We are genuinely not going to print anymore outside of these orders. So get one in while you can, millerfpo.store. And now let's get into today's video, which is something that honestly, it makes me sick. Something I really can't stand about TikTok, and it drives me crazy. I don't know if this is just my age showing or something, but my gears get grinded when I see these kind of made up, just like Hallmarky terms, and little trends. Like this one is called beige flags, right? Now, when you hear that, you might think, oh, is that like a race thing? Like if you're good at dancing, but you don't look like you should be, is that a beige flag? That's not what that means. Apparently, a beige flag is used to describe a romantic partner's weird habits that are less than a deal breaker, but not exactly a plus either. Which is kind of interesting when you look at, say, this beige flag, right? My little brother's beige flag is that no matter where we go to eat, he has to take a dump. 5-star restaurant, has to take a dump. Family dinner, has to take a dump. Middle of the day at Disney World, has to take a dump. Won't see him back for another 30 minutes. This is really weird because this person is openly in a romantic relationship with their little brother, and they're proud of it. I mean, this right here has 500,000 likes. What are you doing, man? Also kind of crazy to criticize a child who has a Ferrari's metabolism. Yeah, of course he's got to dump everywhere and anywhere. His little ass body is just, processing all that food in 30 seconds flat. It's not like you, all labored, slow metabolism. Can't get through a bucket of chicken wings without it ruining your whole day. You're built like he's built for this. You understand? There's a difference between you two. Now there's like 100 beige flags in this document that I'm looking at, and damn near all of them make me just sick. And I know everything on the internet is negative, but I think this is one of those where it's warranted to be negative. There's nothing about it where you can like look at this one. Look at this one. My husband's beige flag is when he acts like he's going to give me a kiss, but he's really hiding a whole strawberry in his mouth and then proceeds to push the strawberry into my mouth. Doesn't that make you just want to like swallow acid? That is maybe that's me. I don't want to project myself onto you because my wife would be very pissed, but that just, right? Doesn't that give you that feeling? Like you just want to throw a rabbit off of a skyscraper, I don't know. Look at this next one. My boyfriend's beige flag is that when he's trying to act upset, he turns away from me and get ready. He plays Creep by Radiohead. If I insulted him, Creep by Radiohead. I tell him to stop playing Creep by Radiohead. He plays Creep Glee cast version. I tell him to stop playing Creep by Radiohead and Creep Glee cast version. Try saying that 3 times fast. Then he plays Creep by Pentatonics. It never ends. I can't win. Oh, gosh. Cringe. What did the narwhal say? Epic bacon moment. Done that. I'll give this guy credit. That is pretty funny, but still, doesn't that make you just want to vomit? It's just so... Oh, brother. That one... I could read or observe some piece of media that is genuine tragedy, genuinely something awful, and it doesn't make me feel as bad as that makes me feel. I don't know why, As I'm recording this, my producers are telling me to not sound so condescending. And you're right. I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm just trying to find the people out there that commiserate with this feeling. You let me know. Don't these things give you that feeling, that You know, that hard to swallow, just stop it. Look, I know I'm being kind of aggro about these beige flags. I promise you I'm not that, disturbed by them. There are a few that made me laugh, for the wrong reasons, like this one right here. My boyfriend's beige flag is that if he is looking at his phone, he is completely deaf. And I read this initially as my boyfriend's beige flag is that he's completely deaf, which is terrible. But let me read the full thing. My boyfriend's beige flag is that if he is looking at his phone, he is completely deaf. This man cannot do two things at once, and it doesn't matter what I say to him. I just have to wait until he's not looking at his phone. This is a classic, isn't it? Just the classic partner that cannot multitask. I think this is a sign of the times. We're in desperate times where we're all hooked to the screen. This woman could be screaming at her boyfriend probably, "Hey, hey, 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 I think the house is on fire." And he's probably just, reading an article about war, just, hey, Michael, the roof, it's... I'm definitely guilty of this. I'm super guilty of this. Alina might be telling me something super important, something I need to know, and I'm just drooling, on the phone. It's brutal. And, there are times where I can't multitask. If Alina tells me to do two things at once, that can short circuit my brain immediately. I'm like, which one? Do you want me to do action 1 or 2? Which is really odd because if you contrast that with, I don't know, certain tasks, like if you need me to rush B, I can multitask the hell out of that. You need me to entry frag, I can see it all. You need me to call strat and entry frag and rush, I'm good for it, man. Trust me. There's another one that didn't make me so sick and actually got me to chuckle because this seems to be a thing in a lot of relationships. And I didn't even have to read it. I just saw the title. It was titled Asking for a Sip. And you know what that's all about. You know how that goes, right? Your partner walks back to you in a public setting and you're like, "Hey, yo, did you just wait in that really long line for that vanilla ice latte?" Okay. I wasn't sure, but I know how you look, so I thought that was you in that line. Huh. Yeah. And we did come here together in the same car. That's crazy. Hey, listen, you mind if I get a sip of that? No, just a little sip. Just a little sip. But when you say just a little sip, the devious plan you got cooking up back there. You're taking half like it's a divorce. You're yanking half of that vanilla ice latte. And then your partner's standing there holding the half empty cup, looking at you like, "Bro." And you're just, "What?" "Well, I just took a sip. I can't control that my sips are big, but I took a sip." And then your partner is trying to enjoy what's left. And you might just, might casually just, "Hey, you mind if I'm just, just a little bit, just..." You go ahead and finish that off. I don't know if this is a dude specific thing. I know I do this, but I'm curious. Who's the big sipper in your relationship? Because between me and Alina, I'm the big sipper. And let me make this clear: I'm a charitable big sipper, big on the charity. All right, if I big sip my way through that cup, I buy another one and I don't touch it. All right, I make it even Steven. It's just sometimes when you're a big sipper, you don't realize what your appetite was, and then, oops, I drank the whole latte. This one just genuinely got me. My husband would say my beige flag is that every time we watch a TV show or movie that neither of us has seen, I ask him what's going to happen every 5 minutes because I hate not knowing, and he reminds me, and he also watches this for the first time, and I know I'm being annoying, but for whatever reason, I can't stop. Damn, that got me good. Yeah, Alina, I'm looking at you. But hey, it's really funny when people do this, They're just looking at you during a film and they got that look in their eyes that says, "I know this pain I'm about to unleash on the both of us. This anxious energy. This overwhelming, questioning part of my brain, but just stay with me, man." And you're on the other side of that like, "I'm here for you. I'm here for you, brother." Now, I know I'm coming off kind of strong, but they're not all bad, honestly. Some of them, they're, as much as it makes me sick to admit, some of them are kind of genuine and endearing, like this one. My husband's beige flag is that he'll be snoring so loud, and when I wake him up, he looks me square in the face and says, "I'm not even asleep, dude," and catches the wildest attitude with me. Then we'll proceed 30 seconds later to not sleep, and the snoring will occur again in the same vicious cycle. I kind of relate to this one, not in the snoring part, but sometimes Alina will fall asleep during, I don't know, some show we're watching, and then I'll realize, and I'll say, are you asleep right now? And she'll be like, no, eyes fully closed, and she'll just be annoyed. No, I'm not asleep right now. And to be fair to her, I do the same thing. Sometimes, I'll be falling asleep during the show, and I have this clever thing where I like try to like just close one eye, and I try to keep the one eye side open, so like I'm trying to sleep only on this side and pretend I'm awake, but I'm asleep the whole time. And she'll say, "Are you asleep right now?" And I'll go, "No," but I'm fully just trying to sneak a little nap in. I'm trying to get my pre-sleep. Before I get my main sleep, I'm pre-gaming the sleep, Overall, this is harmless. I'm not actually aggro about it, but some of them genuinely do make me just, that. Ugh. It's not that I hate to see a happy couple. I just don't want to hear about it. No one wants to hear about it, I think what it is when I see some of these beige flags, it's just some people feeling like, look at me. And just that cynical part of me just wants to scream, nobody's love is unique. It's only unique between you and your partner, but it's not unique to anyone else. Humans have been around. We've seen couples do some wild stuff to each other on this earth, right? We've seen some couples pee on each other, I bet you the OnlyFans couple right now, tons of footage. You pay enough money, you see them pee on each other. I know I'm being a lot right now, so let me just close it on a positive note. If you or your partner have a cool, quirky, fun beige flag, comment that in the comments. Let us know about it. We love to talk about the beige flags that happen in your relationship. Until next time, right? Right. All right. I'll see you on the next one. MillerFPO.store. Go get you a few pieces, and we'll see you very soon. Goodbye.
I didn't come here to play, I came with a plan. I'm the star inside my circle, I'm the pentagram, whoa. Making sacrifices just to get the land, oh. I'm trying to see how fast that hurricane go. Eyes burning, no sleep, hustle is OD.